Hey everyone, welcome to Yoga in Small Spaces, Crack Yogi, me, Cheryl. This is session 3 for my Feel the Movement group here in Campbell River. Last night's session we focused in on a little bit more curiosity on how the body moves, not just in the somatic movement flows, but also going into our isolated poses where we're holding and how we move into them to find that perfect sensation. We also focused on balancing, so balance and coordination, so a lot of footwork, leg work, I shouldn't say a lot, but a few things to work on the lower body. So last night we did do a full body scan in Shavasana, but right now for the video we're just going to start off in a seated position. And again, that I said in the last video for this series, if you're not doing this series here in Campbell River, it does not mean you cannot do this video. This is just me creating a practice video for my participants here in Campbell River, but anybody can follow these sessions. It's actually cool. You go back to the first one a few weeks ago and follow progressively. You'll learn about somatic movement flows, somatic yoga, and how to apply the methodology with that into your every other day yoga practices, which could be from hatha, vinyasa, flow, yin, restorative, even nidra. There's you can tap this into almost anything. It's amazing. So here we go. I'm sitting on a squishy block, so if you feel like the hips and the lower back are a little bit tight and you want a little bit more support, just sit on a pillow or a bolster or blocks if you have them at home. I don't think I said blankets. You can roll up some blankets or fold up some blankets and sit on those too. So let's come centered here on the sit bones. Allowing the shoulders to relax down. Even just gently bend the elbows slightly. Palms can be down or up. Connecting with your natural breath. Noticing the flow of your inhalations and exhalations. Bring your awareness to the nostrils. With each inhalation, you may feel a nice little cool breeze entering the nose. And on the exhalation through the nose, you may feel a little bit of warmth hitting the upper lip. Just notice, connect. While you're in stillness, noticing any sensations arising in the body. So just give yourself a little scan, notice what might be a little bit more observant, a little bit more nagging. Maybe the body feels completely loose and relaxed. The longer you sit in stillness, I start noticing a vibration, or I use all time sensation, feeling in parts of the body arising. Just become aware, store that information. How's the physical body feeling today? How are you feeling mentally? How's the flow of the breath? We're going to move on to Nadi Shodhana, so we're just going to work on one nostril at a time. We're going to do 4 rounds per side. So we're going to start with the left nostril. So you're going to have your right index finger ready. You're going to fully exhale through both nostrils. Plug the right nostril. You're going to Inhale through the left. Hold. Exhale. 3 more times. Inhale. Retain. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Release the right hand down. Just notice the difference between the left and the right nostril. We're going to get ready for the other side. So left index finger. First exhale fully through both nostrils. Excuse me. Now exhale through both nostrils. Plug the left nostril. Inhale through the right. Hold. Exhale. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Releasing the left hand down. Return to your natural breath. Just notice now the flow of breath in and out of both nostrils. We're going to get ready for our somatic movement flow of cat and cow. So coming to the hands and knees, remember if you need to add cushioning under the knees or the shins. You're going to have the knees in line with the hips, hands, or I should say wrists in line with the shoulders. Remember if you have any like carpal tunnel issues or if you have ganglions, like pain in the wrists, also you can tent the fingers so there's no compression in the wrists, or you can come up onto your fists. We're going to start with moving through several cat and cows. So you move with the breath, but at the same time noticing, taking stock, taking inventory of sensation, feeling, range of motion through the back, through the abdomen, upper torso, so say the chest, the pectoral muscles, then even the neck and the head, moving through your cat and cows. And then allowing yourself to come to a nice neutral stance, a nice neutral table. So if you notice you're looking underneath, you can see your legs are towards the belly. That definitely means you're rounding the neck. So just bring your neck neutral with the rest of the spine. And we're going to break this down now into increments, into muscle groups or means whereby I work here. So we're just going to focus on about moving 3 times, just a pelvic tuck and tilt. So I'm tucking my pelvis, so think tailbone, a little bit of the lower back, and then tilting it up. The rest of the spine isn't moving. So thoracic, which is mid, and cervical, which is upper spine, nothing else is moving. It's just this lower part of the back and the glutes, the hips, tucking and tilting. This This is my last one. I probably did 4 while I was talking. And then come to a nice neutral spine. Next is mid-back. So it's like you're pushing your abdomen and chest towards the floor, and shoulder blades come in towards the spine, and then you pull them away from the spine like a mid-rounding. It's kind of weird because you feel like you have to round the whole spine. It's just mid-back. Shoulder blades come towards the spine. It's like you're puffing your chest towards the ground, and then pulling them away. That's 2. 1 more. Shoulder blades towards the spine. And then rounding. Come back to a nice neutral tabletop. Now just focus in on your cervical spine. So that's your neck and the base of your skull. So you can tuck the chin in towards the chest. Then tilt it up. 2 more times, moving within your range of motion. Don't force compression into the spine. So I'm not forcing myself to try to strain my gaze towards the ceiling. I'm just allowing my chin to tuck into what feels comfortable, no pain or strain. And then I come to neutral. So I'm just going to allow myself to take a pause here because it can become very intense in the wrist. So you have a choice of coming back to child's pose or just coming back on the heels. And I'm just going to allow myself to do a nice rotation of the wrists here. And now we're going to move into putting those 3 things together. So we're going to go into cat first. So you're going to tuck the pelvis, round the spine, so lower back, mid back. Remember I was saying at class last night, if you were there, it's like a roller coaster. You're riding up the roller coaster tracks. You tuck the chin in, pause, and then starting at the cervical spine, so the head tilts, mid back, pelvis, lower back. Give yourself 2 more of those. I'm feeling quite a disconnection coming into cow. It's kind of funny. Coming up into cat, rolling from the pelvis up. Seems a little bit easier today than it did than the cow does. Last night cow felt pretty good. I'm having a blockage of information. One more, tuck. And actually, I did do a strength class this morning, so this makes sense. My muscles in my upper back are probably like, what are you doing? And now the neck, shoulders, lower back, pelvis. Back to neutral tabletop and just move fluidly, full expression of your cat and cows. So I'm noticing, it feels like anyways, I have more range of motion of my spine from the rounding to the arching, from the cat to the cow. And then I'm going to come back to neutral tabletop. And I'm going to walk my hands back. I like to bring my hands together and do a figure 8 motion, circles, but you do whatever you need for your wrists. So from here we're going to come to standing, and we're going to move into our gentle sun salutation. And I'm going to do this from a side view so you can see it. Most of you know this one. It's what we've been doing for every class. So you can be anywhere on your mat. Feet are about hip width apart, shoulders away from the ears. You're going to exhale fully. Inhale. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold, bend your knees if you need to. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, palms in front of the heart. We have two more. Inhale, extend the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Exhale. One more round. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Breath in and breath out. Hands can stay in front of the heart, or you can be hands and stand alongside the body. Just feel what's going on after that gentle sensation. Any warmth you've created. Maybe if you lost the flow of the breath, come back to the flow of the breath. We're going to get ready for our somatic movement flow, wiping sand off the feet. So we're going to start with anchoring the left foot into the mat. Nice gentle bend to that left foot. Hands are going to be on the hips. Remember, if you need to go stand by a wall or have a chair, you can pause the video and just move yourself to where you need to be. This is our series balancing coordination portion. Also with somatic movement flow, wiping sand off the feet. It's also working within the feet, so you can help with plantar fasciitis, joint pain, fallen arches, and also, like I said, balance and coordination. So you're going to be building strength throughout the legs. You want to be engaging when we move into the second portion of the core, and working on finding that focal point forward, slightly down. If you wobble a little bit, have fun with it. Just make sure you don't fall completely, catch yourself if you start moving, going sideways. So have a gentle bend in that left foot or left knee. Foot is anchored, and you're just going to take the right foot and swipe full front and back. Several times. There's no magic number, but more than 2 to 3. Into the portion where we're wiping the sand off, like the front shin onto the top of the foot. So anchoring again, softness to that left leg, left knee, so you're not locking the knee joint. And you just take that right foot and you slide it down. So like I said, you're wiping that sand off. Getting ready for beach season. A few times. I like to do at least 5. Feeling that sensation in the front of the calf, top of the foot. And stop. Ooh. Just don't move that left foot. Keep it where it is. You can put a little softness to the leg for a second. And now we're going to go to the back, so to the calf. So rooting left foot into the mat, gentle softness to the left knee, and lifting that right foot. The top part of the foot is wiping down calf to the Achilles. Stop. And then moving to the next one, which remember, if it's a little bit challenging, I do suggest you go to a wall or You're going to bend that left foot more, left knee more, and then you bring the right leg behind and you're swiping the outside edge of the left foot. Asana. If you want to walk front and back of the mat or kind of around the room for a couple of seconds, just notice any shift within the body from the left to the right. And now we're going to move to the other side. So right foot anchors down, gentle bend to that right leg, right knee. You don't want to lock that joint. You're going to find that drishti. You're going to take that left foot and start swiping. Makes me think of Dora the Explorer. Wiping the sand off the inside of that right foot with the left. And then stop. Deep breath in. Long, slow breath out. Moving to wiping the sand off the front of the calf of the shin into the right top of the right foot. So left foot creeps down. And stop. Moving to the calf. Just start swiping down. Ooh, just lost my balance there. Like I said several times, stop. And now we're going to go to the outside of the right foot. So bend that right leg significantly and bring the left behind. Just start wiping the sand from the outside edge of the right foot. Ooh, my right foot is a little tender. Cool. Alright. And release. Take a nice deep breath in. Say breath out. Oh, it's funny. Holy room. It is the spring equinox. Here we go. All right, we're going to go into knee raise. So I want to turn sideways, laterally, so you can see me. Last night I talked about when we're moving into this, you find that drishti, where you're looking forward slightly down, you're just focusing on a point. Remember, we're not wanting to lean the torso back when we raise the leg that we're working on up. And I want you to connect with the hip motion of the leg being pulled up. Yes, your knee is going to be bent, but I want you to really focus on what you're feeling with that hip and noticing where its full range of motion is and you have stability and balance within holding the pose. So hands can be on the hips first. Root that left foot into the mat. Find that drishti. You have a slight bend to that left leg, or left knee, I keep saying that. And then hip. And then I start bending my knee. Remember, if the toes need to stay down, they can. Flex that right foot. I'm just going to bring my hands to prayer in front of me, but if you have another alternative, you're more than welcome to. Remember to breathe. Ooh, my coordination is off a little bit today. This is cool. Nice smooth breath in and out of the nose. sure the glutes are engaged and the abdominals. And then release. Ooh. Gentle shake. And we're going to move to the other side. So you're going to root that right foot into the mat. Gentle bend to the right knee. Hands on the hips. Remember, we're focusing mostly on the hip here, on how that leg is going to come up. You're going to engage the glutes and engage the core, which I forgot to say the last time. And just start working hip and then knee. Left foot flexed. I am going to keep my hands on my hips right now because I feel that I am a little bit off balance today. Nice smooth breath. In and out of the nose, your glutes are engaged, abdominals lifted. And slowly release. Gentle shake. So now we're going to go into that leg extension. So again, this is where a lot of us not realizing it because we're trying to get that leg higher. Our torso really leans back. So think of support. So your torso stays over the hips. And I'm just going to get my blocks here. And you're going to have that right foot flexed because that is engaging the muscles in the back part of the leg, and also the shins and stuff too. It's a little bit more muscle engagement, a little thinking, working the body. You're going to find that drishti, forward slightly down. Like I said, I'm going to keep my hands on my hips for the video because I just can tell that I'm a little tired. So, but if you want to have hands in front of the heart or opening the arms up, you're more than welcome to. But the main focus is keeping that torso stacked over the hips, and you're engaging the glutes and the abdominals, so your root is supported. So rooting left foot down, left knee gently bent, just so you're not locking the joint, pushing the foot, like I said, into the mat. You first come up on the right toes, and it's all hips. So now I just have my right leg straight, and I'm focusing on my leg raise. Ooh, and this is as far as I'm going today. My leg does not want to go higher, and that's okay. A few breaths here. And release. And then we're going to move to the other side. So we're going to root the right foot into the mat. There's my accent. And then a little gentle bend to the knee. Keep my torso stacked over the hips. Engage the glutes, the core. And then I'm going to just step my left foot forward a little bit. And then just focus on the hip. And breathe in and out the nose. I can tell already I was tilting a bit there, so I'm just going to lower my leg down a bit. Yeah. Nice smooth breath in and out of the nose. And gently release. Gentle shake the hips. We're going to make our way down onto the mat. And we're going to go into that somatic movement flow, the hamstring release. So I have a towel. Remember last night I was like, oh, I should put my socks on. So it just helps you slide better on the floor. And my mat, this one is terrible for sliding. So I'm actually going to come onto the carpet. Let's see if I actually see this will be better. Yeah, see the difference? And without it, it's like really jarring. So with a face cloth or a towel, it'll make it easier to slide the foot. So I'm going to tuck my right leg in, extend my left leg out, and just leave it nice and loose. We're going to go into that pre-check. So I'm going to turn the torso so it's over the left leg, and I'm just going to see naturally where I come into right, so think of it as a range of motion. I'm not looking for that stretch. I just want to see where naturally my body comes forward and naturally stops. So I'm kind of looking at that distance. And slowly come back up. All right. So first round, we're going to do three on this side. So you bend the right knee, bring the hands onto the sole of the foot, and then you start extending the right leg while still holding onto the foot. And wherever that extension, where you feel like you're going to let go of the foot, let go. And like release all muscular effort in the foot. Nice and breath in the nose. And then you come back up. We're going to do this 2 more times. Here we go. Foot is sliding forward. Torso back up. One more time. Here we go. So it's like your self-assisted pandiculation, what we're doing here. So the hands are kind of giving you resistance while the leg is trying to extend. So one more. So we're going to go into that pre-check or post-check. So remember when we came into the pre-check, what the distance was from your leg to your forehead. So let's see, without me going into a stretch, I'm just seeing what my range of motion is with my torso coming over that right leg. So here we go. So cool. I was about 5 hands last time. What's yours? We're going to switch sides. So bend that left leg in, right leg extends. We're just going to turn your torso towards that leg, and again, you're just folding forward when the body naturally stops. You're not trying to pull closer, and then trying to judge that distance. Put that towel or face cloth underneath the sole of the heel of the foot, so you get a better slide, it's not jumping. So you bring your hands underneath the sole of the foot. Remember, you let go all muscle engagement, the pandiculation, when you get to your full extension while holding the foot. So here we go, you're going to slowly. So this could be where you were and you let go. So it just depends on your anatomy. And nice deep breath in. Long slow breath out. Bring your torso back up. Slide the leg back in. Hands to the sole of the foot. 2. which is also the same as tucking and tilting the tailbone. Spine to be neutral. I'm going to take my right hand to the inside of my right thigh and just gently push the leg out and feel that external rotation in the right hip, but making sure that it's not distorting the other side of my body. So if I notice it's starting to pull on the other side, I'm just going to go to where my back feels even, hips feel pretty even. And breathe. You can stay here, or as we did last night in class, if you wanted the choice of raising the left foot up off the mat. But you'll notice, I know for myself right now, if I go to grab my shin, I lose that external rotation to my right hip. So to keep my shoulders and head relaxed, I am just going to gently hold on to my hamstrings. Or you can even just choose to do this, right? Or you can choose to leave that left foot on the mat. I don't know if you can hear it, but my belly is rumbling. It's kind of funny. Release that left foot to the ground, on across the right ankle to the left thigh. I'm just going to windshield wash my hips side to side. And then bringing my knees back up to center. I'm going to take my left ankle over my right thigh. And before I do an opening to the inner thigh there, I'm just going to do a few tilts, tuck and tilts of the pelvis, the tailbone. And letting it come neutral. I'm going to take my left hand inside of the thigh. Breathing, feeling that engagement. If you want, you can raise the right foot up off the mat. You're going to feel that into the left glute. Again, you can have just the hands relaxed off on either side. You can hold on to the hamstring, or you can hold on to the shin, but try not to get a rounding and strain in the upper body. So I want to keep this all relaxed and just focus on hips, glutes, pelvis, upper legs is what I'm looking for. And also I'm getting a little bit of work into the lower legs because I'm keeping my feet flexed here. And I'm going to release the right foot down to the mat. On across the left ankle from right thigh. I'm just going to windshield wipe knees side to side again. Back up to center. We're just going to settle right into a little body scan before the end of the session. You can have the legs extended. You can have the knees bent, feet flat on the floor. That's where I'm going to stay. And again, because I have a ponytail bun in my hair, I'm just going to leave the foamy block underneath my head, so I'm not putting extra strain on my neck. Pause. Palms can be facing up. And just take a moment here to scan your body, from the toes, the feet, the ankles, the shins, calves, the knees, the thighs, and hamstrings. turning onto your side to give yourself a little push to come up to a seated position. We'll end the class with one breath together, so bring the palms together in front of the heart. Mudra. You're going to fully exhale through the mouth. Inhale deeply through the nose and hold it at the top. Through the mouth, release. Thanks for joining me. And for my Campbell River peeps, I will see you guys next Thursday. And for anyone else joining, just keep on practicing and you'll have a new video of this group next Friday. See you everyone.